So you're thinking about going solar here in Australia, and you've probably seen the name Solis pop up. But is it the right choice for your home? Well, stick around, because we're about to break down everything you need to know about their inverters so you can make a really smart decision.
First things first, a quick question. When you picture a solar system, what's the first thing that comes to mind? It's probably the panels on the roof, right? But what's the actual brain of the whole operation?
Yup, if you were thinking it's the inverter, you are spot on. It's this box, often the unsung hero of the whole setup. This is what takes all that DC electricity your panels are soaking up and magically turns it into the AC electricity that actually powers your home. It's an absolutely crucial piece of the puzzle.
And that's exactly why we're focusing on it today. You know, choosing the right inverter is every bit as important as picking the right panels. And one brand you are going to see just about everywhere in Australia is Solis.
So who exactly is Solis? Well, they're a huge global player in the solar world, and they're really known for hitting that perfect sweet spot between performance that you can count on and a price that doesn't break the bank. The fact that they're one of the most installed brands right here in Australia, well, that tells you a lot about their reputation.
All right, so what's under the hood? Let's dive into the key features that have made Solis inverters such a go-to choice for homeowners and businesses alike.
Okay, you see these specs, but what does it all mean for you? Well, that crazy high efficiency, up to 97.8%, that means more of that free energy from the sun is actually powering your stuff, which saves you money. Simple as that. The Wi-Fi monitoring lets you be a total data geek and track everything on your phone. And this is a big one. Many models are future-ready, which means you can add a battery later on without having to replace your inverter.
Now, you're going to see this code IP65 rating on the box. What on earth is that? Think of it as a toughness score. It basically means the unit is completely sealed up against dust and can totally handle the rain. It's built to survive the Aussie climate, whether you install it inside your garage or outside on a wall. Okay, but look, no product is perfect for everybody, right? So let's get real and look at a balanced view. What the experts are saying about the good and the not so good. So here's the breakdown. On the pro side, you get an awesome monitoring app, full Australian safety certification, which is a must, and a really, really attractive price point. On the flip side, yeah, they haven't been around quite as long as some of the old-school European giants, and if you're trying to power a massive factory, their selection is a bit more limited. For most homeowners, though, let's be honest, those cons aren't really deal breakers. So when you boil it all down, what's the final word from the experts? It's pretty unanimous, actually. Across the board, from how well it's built, to its efficiency, to the price tag, the consensus is that Solis just delivers fantastic value for money and performs right up there with top industry standards. All right, let's talk about the part everyone's waiting for, the price. How much is this actually going to set you back? Let's get into the numbers. Now, obviously, the price is going to change depending on the size and model you need. Most homes just need a standard single-phase system, but if you've got a bigger property or a business, you might need a more powerful three-phase setup.
But let's get concrete here. For a super common residential setup, a 5-kilowatt single-phase inverter, the kind most houses would get, you're looking at right around 750 Aussie dollars. And what that tells you is that Solis is sitting right in that affordable, really competitive part of the market.
So, we've looked at the tech, we've heard from the experts, and we've talked numbers. What's the final verdict? Is the Solis inverter the right call for you?
You know, it really boils down to what you value most. If you're all about getting that killer combo of great performance without breaking the bank, if you want a system that's ready for a battery down the road, and you love having data at your fingertips, then Solis is a fantastic option. Now, if you absolutely have to have that premium European brand name, or you're running a massive commercial operation, you might look at other options.
You know, I think Aussie Solar Tech really nails it with their conclusion. For the vast majority of Australian homeowners looking to go solar, Solis is simply a trusted, reliable, and very, very smart choice for their investment.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. Solis has clearly carved out its space in that sweet spot between cutting-edge tech and a price that just makes sense. The only question left is, where on that spectrum do your own priorities lie?